Hello friend, I am Naval. You are watching Code with Naval. Welcome to Java series part 10. In a part 9 we saw what is a class, what is an object. We saw just theory. In this video we will discuss about a practically. We will perform a practical. So first understand what is the object. Object is the actual physical entity that exists. We can touch, we can feel that object. Around us have a chair, have a pen, phone, laptop, everything is object. Okay, there are four way we can create an object. Okay, first you can see this diagram here. This class is a just blueprint that not exist. People can't see that paperwork. Okay, that actual when we create a using constructor that object, then actual that car present, actual that car exist. Okay, that exist car is nothing but an object, and that blueprint is nothing but class. Okay, here total four way we can create a object. Okay, this is a very important question. Most of time interviewer ask, can we create object without using new keyword? Okay, in that time if you don't know how to create a without using new keyword, then we don't solve that question. So in this video we will see in this four type we can create a object. So for that let's open Eclipse and we will perform their practical. This is our part 10 video, that's why I'll create here part 10. I'll give this class name part 10. Okay, let's hit the enter button. Now here we have a part 10 class. Now let's create a one variable, instance variable int a equal to 10. Okay, now let's create a one method, public void add. I'll simply create here add method. Okay, I have to this small a because it's a convention. Okay, in this add we will simply print system.out.println. For that I'll simply type there syso control space, and here we got number adding. I'll simply print message. I'll not pass here any value for this time. So now we have to create a main method. Okay, let's create a main method. For that simply type main then control space and Eclipse create method for you. Now you can see our method is ready. Now this variable and this method is the instance. When if you want to access this variable, this method, then we have to create object, then only we can access this method or this variable. So here we have a total four way to create an object. First is a new operator. Okay, using a new keyword we can create an object. This one is the simplest way. I'll simply define here class name part 10 equal to part 10, and I'll give simple one object name. Okay, p equal to new part 10. Okay, let's see. When we are creating an object, that internally call constructor. Okay, but you are thinking here we didn't define any constructor. When we don't define any constructor, that time Java provide a default constructor. We will see all this in an upcoming video, that's why I am not explaining here. In this video we will discuss only about the object. Okay, so you can see here we create an object. Now using this object we can access add method. Simply we have to write here p dot, and you can see here we got add method. Okay, let's save this, run this. You can see number adding, we got here number adding. Now we have to print this reference, we have to print this reference variable address. So how can we do that? Simply we have to add a system.out.println and pass this p and save this. You can see this is our reference variable address, actual address. Here you can see our first way using a new keyword. But what if interviewer asks create object without using new keyword? So in that situation you can see here we use a new instance is a static method of class. Okay, let's create a using a new instance. Let's create a in a second way object. First we have to get class. So how can we get? Simply define here class C equal to class dot for name. Okay, and here we simply define our class name. Okay, here we have to define our fully qualified class name. Fully qualified class name means first we have to define a package name, then class name. Okay, let's copy this package name demo dot and this class name part 10. Okay, let's add this part 10. Let's save this. After that we have to use new instance method. So how can we use? C dot new instance. You can see here new instance. We have to simply call this method. Now here we get this object. Here we get our demo dot part 10 object, but we have to store this object in a part in a variable. Okay, that's why we have to create here one variable part 10 equal to pp equal to part 10. But this variable and this type is not matching, so that's why we have to typecast. So how can we do typecast? Simply we have to define here part 10. Simply copy this and paste here part 10, and we have to add this all code inside a try catch block. Simply add here try catch block. Okay, let's save this. Let's copy this, Ctrl X, and add inside a try block. Okay, now save this. Let's copy this, Ctrl C. Okay, or we can declare, if we want to declare, you can declare outside this try block, but I'll declare only inside this try block. Okay, let's save this. You can see here again we have to add try catch block, or we can simply throw the delegation. Let's save this. Now we have to print this add method using this object. Okay, so that I'll simply add here pp dot add. Okay, here add. Save this. Now run this application again. You can see here we got our output. Now let's print this object address also. That's why I'll simply define here system.out.println, and I'll pass here pp. Save this and run this. You can see here we got a different address. This one is the first object creation using new keyword, and this one is the second object creation using new instance method. Okay, now let's see. Remember this code, this few line code for object creation without using new keyword. First you have to declare class dot for name. Inside a class dot for name you have to pass your class fully qualified name, and then you get one class type variable. You have to pass that variable. For using that variable you can simply c dot new instance. Here you get your object. Then you have to convert that object. You have to typecast that object in your class name. Okay, simply for that I'll use this in a bracket your class name. You can simply pass in a bracket your class name, and you get your object. Let's save this. Now we have a third approach. Let's discuss about the third approach, Java object clone. Okay, we simply clone object, but for a cloning object we required something for copy. For let's consider your friend notes, but before you copy, your friend should be write their notes, then only you can copy your friend notes. So in this case also same scenario. First we have at least one object, then only we can clone that object. Okay, and we can clone and we can store that object in a new memory location. Let's see. This is the second approach. I'll remove this space, unnecessary space. Now this is second approach. We done. Now we have to write third approach. Our third approach is cloning. Okay. For cloning, for object cloning, first we have to implement clonable interface. Okay. So let's implement clonable interface. You can see here clonable interface. Let's hit the enter. Now we simply import a clonable interface, third object creation operation using a clone. So that here first we required one object, at least one object. Now here we have already one object, p object. We will simply use that object and we will clone that object and store in a new memory location. But before writing a clone code, we have to declare one method. I'll simply declare here one method, public object type return object type object clone method, and this method return object type. Okay, return super dot clone. Okay, this method return simply super dot clone. Okay, now if I hover here, you can see it's throwing a delegation error. It's throwing an error. Simply add here, add throw delegation. Okay, now let's save this. Now we can create a object clone. For a cloning object, first we use our old object reference. I'll simply use this variable, reference variable, old object, and then we have a clone method. Okay, simply use this clone method. Now here we got this object clone. Okay, this object clone. Now we have to store that clone object in a new variable. So for that we have to create one new variable. I'll simply create here part 10. Okay, part 10 pt equal to, simply store this. But this cloning object and this is not matching, this data type is not matching. So what we can do for that, we simply typecast. Okay, simply part 10. Okay, simply pass here, simply add here part 10 and it's a typecast. Now let's print this pt dot, we have a add method, pt dot add method, and we will simply print this pt address. Okay, simply add here pt, simply add here system.out.println pt. Okay, I'll simply add this in a double quote, pt colon equal to, and here pass pt. Okay, here we also added p colon dash plus p, and then pp colon dash pp, then pt colon dash pt. Let's check this all object address should be different. Okay, let's save this and run this application. Now you can see, let's see you can see here we got these three object. Okay, now you can observe these three object address is the different. Let's check this address. Let's observe this address. In every address starting this fully qualified class name @ this random value. This random value is nothing but a hexadecimal and it's a memory location. Okay, then again this class name, then this package name, then class name @ this random hexadecimal. Now this way memory location, this way object memory location, or we can say memory, this is a object memory address. Okay, so in this three way we can create an object. The first way using a new keyword, then second way first we have to get this class using a class.forName, then using this new instance method, this method present inside the class, and using this method we can get object without using new keyword. Okay, this is a very important. If any interviewer asks create a program or write a program, and create an object without using new keyword. Okay, then you can use this method for without using new keyword. Then we have a third approach with using a clone. For that we require one object. We simply clone that object. For that, first we have to implement clonable interface. Then we have to create this clone method and return simply super.clone, and simply here we typecast that and store a new object. Here we simply create a new reference. In this three approach we can simply create an object. Then finally we have a last approach, Java object serialization and deserialization. This is a very big topic, we will discuss in any other video. So in this video that's it. If you like this video then please like, share, subscribe. We will meet in the next video. Let's bye bye.